the blog sites, the video sharing applications, the YouTube that you are already using right now. To share, I'm sharing the video and you can view and download that videos. So video sharing sites, all the social networking sites, these all are working on the concept of WWW 2.0. It encourages the lightweight business model. Your client machine always lightweight and you can access everything on your computer. If you have the internet and your computer having very low processing on your computer, your server is loaded and you are getting the output on your machine and generally in a browser. So web 2.0 encapsulates the idea of a proliferation and interconnectivity and interactivity of web deliver content. For example, Google server infrastructure, it divided into various types and assigned a different purpose. It having a different applications, and all applications having their own servers, and this all the servers having their own purpose. uh, the execution of that particular Google server is consists to send it consists the message which is sent by the user, then format, it process the query and it generate the result and it form the result into a one HTML page. Many applications are working on this WWW 2.0. eBay, Dogball, AdSense, these all are the product of Web 2.0. Google Docs, Spreadsheet, iTunes, this works, this all the applications works and features in online is same as offline. If you have the offline application, then the online application also having the same features. So you can create such an application which works like a offline, but it is actually a online. Your all the Google applications you can see, you can create a spreadsheets, you can create a documentation presentation in a Google Docs. So this all works like a Microsoft Office tools, Google Map, Google Earth, Gmail, these all work as a offline as well as online also. So again, it is a because of the WWW 2.0. Now, the example of WWW 2.0 is a Google architecture. Google architecture, WWW 2.0 Google architecture. So it is a case study of a 2.0, WWW 2.0. Here is a architecture of Google. Google having the 3-layer architecture. In layer 1, it is actually inside the layer 1, it is having the networks of computers to compute the results. In say layer 2, it is having Google file servers, having the software stacks, and basically it is distributed infrastructure. This software runs like Google file servers, GFS. It map reduce kind of softwares. Swazzle programming languages are used for that distributed system infrastructure architecture. Inside the software development, protocol buffers are used. In third layer, the actual applications and services are available, like web search. Whenever you are searching on a Google, it generally works called as a Google web search engine. It is a application or a service provided by the Google. You can use the Gmail is again a service provided by Google. Ad systems, whenever you are typing something, you are getting the advertisement in your results. So it is because of the Google ad systems. Google Earth, whenever you are opening Google Map or Google, you can open Google Earth also on in your browser, and it is because of the services provided by your Google. Many services and many applications are available, and it is inside the layer 3. In layer 1, Google maintains the more than 45,000 number of servers and arranged in a rack of located in a city around the world, and all are connected with each other to deliver your result very quick. Now uh, this this particular architecture and working of the architecture is of a Google is this available in 2011 when this book was written. This is the architecture of Google at that time. That means this is the architecture of year 2011, uh, and this is available this is in our syllabus, so please refer this architecture. uh, Now this is the Google server and communication between the Google server, how this all the servers works together and how it delivers the output uh, for the Google applications. Whenever users gives the input, it first moves your inputs to the Google web server. This web server connected with many number of index servers, many number of document servers, spell checker servers, ad servers, and this all works together and generates the result of your searching text. So let us talk how this all the component works together. First is Google infrastructure have many parts and have a different purpose assigned to it. All the parts have different purpose. Google load balancer. Whenever there is load in single computer, it balances the load on the multiple computers. It forwards the client request to one web server via Squid proxy server. One proxy server is used by Google, and it basically forward the client request on the multiple servers so that you can get your result fast. If it is using only single server, then you cannot get your result fast, because only one client can access that result at the same time. You cannot use single CPU for the multiple purpose at the same time. So Google is basically balancing the load and getting the output from the many servers. It returns the result if it is available in a local cache. Otherwise, it forwards the this query to the coordinator node and process the query and generate the result and build the HTML page, which is actually the reply of your requested query that you have written inside the Google search bar, the text that you have written, and the output will be generated in form of the HTML page. So if it first check in a local cache, if it is not available, then forward the query to coordinator node against the manipulates and result for your queries. And for the whole execution process, actually it consists of sending a query to index server, then it's merging the result from all the servers. All the index server works on the same query, it sends the results, then all the results merge inside the pages. You are getting the number of pages whenever you are pressing the search keyword in your Google search engine. So that pagination, the which result should be first, which should display first, which result should display second, which result should display third. This again the decision that server is going to make by their own algorithms. They have their own algorithms to arrange the result orders, uh, to put the result on a different number of page. It computes their rank, basically which rank it should give to that particular result. Returning the summary of each hit, asks the suggestion for spelling servers. Whenever you are typing, you are getting the suggestion for typing purpose. So this spelling server basically generates the suggestions. It lists the advertisement from the ad servers. Whenever you are searching something, you are generally getting the advertise on your that web browser page. So basically that advertisement comes from the ad servers. This data gathering servers is spidering the web, that means it browsing the web mathematically and automatically manner, and this is called as a web crawler, and it is known as a Google boot. So Google boot is basically a web concept, is browsing their on computers mathematical manner and automated manner, and they updates the index of a document database and applies the Google algorithm to find the rank. Basically, whenever you are creating any page, it has one rank and it is generated by the Googles. So Google is actually using some algorithm to provide the page rank. So it is internal process. Some computers, some servers are basically performs this rank calculation mechanism. Document server basically stores your document on a dozens of servers because to provide the availability. So when one server down or one computer down or fails, at that time your multiple servers response and it is always available. To provide the availability, Google is always storing your documents on dozens of servers. When search performs, it returns the summary of document. It never returns the actual document. You are getting the summary of document. Now whenever you are clicking on the summary, you are getting the actual document. So when if only this document server returns the document when it is asked by the server. So server needs more disk space to store this all the document. This document server more disk space. This ad server manage the advertisement offers by the services like AdWords, AdSense. These all are the servers that provides the advertisement services on the Google search. Spelling server makes the suggestion about spelling of a query typed by the users. Whenever you are typing, you are getting suggestion. This is from the spelling server, and whole system works together, and it always provides the fault tolerance mechanism. That means if one fails, then also you are always getting the availability because the multiple copies of servers and computers are available, and this all the computers 45,000, more than 45,000 computers works together, and it always provides the availability. It never goes down, right? So this Google is a basic example of World Wide Web 2.0. Here all the computers works together and all the computers are connected and all are using HTML and HTTP protocols, and all the documents having some URL to access it. So this is the end of this first unit and first chapter, basics of distributed system, basic concept of distributed system. Thank you all of you.